joining me. Today we are doing a pick a card reading for the new moon in Libra. So new moons are all about new beginnings and fresh starts. It's about welcoming in new friendships, new relationships, new habits to replace old ones. It's a time where we can kind of prune away anything that's not serving us or anything that's no longer in alignment, so we can create space for new growth to come in. And Libra is a very social sign, so you might feel yourself wanting to get out there a little bit more, wanting to contribute, into teamwork or group work, and this will bring you a lot of delight and will bring you a lot of fulfillment as well. And it's a really important thing to keep your emotional scales at balance, especially around this time, and just fully feeling whatever comes up for you, and allowing yourself to be with any emotions that arise so you can deal with them in the present moment so that they don't come back later as a trigger to affect your emotional scale. So allow yourself to fully feel and just become aware of how long it takes you to bounce back to, your ideal vibration, because once you're dealing with things in the moment, it's not going to take as long for you to bounce back and to feel better. But it is really important to sit and feel what you're feeling and really understand why it is that you're feeling that way. So let's get right into the reading. We're going to start with pile number 1. This one is green amethyst. So green amethyst is for the heart chakra, but it is also a very healing stone that allows you to expand your consciousness and also allows you to open up your third eye and become more intuitive and follow, your intuition easier, and it will allow you to increase your psychic abilities and your psychic skills. And we have green calcite. So this green calcite is amazing also for the heart chakra, and it is amazing for strengthening your bones, and it's also amazing for forgiveness, allowing you to feel open and allowing you to find your purpose, and allows you to increase your vitality. And then we have tree agate. So tree agate is a wonderful stone for connecting with plant consciousness and tree-like consciousness, and it allows you to connect with the spirit of this plant kingdom, and it allows you to stream in higher levels of awareness and consciousness from these beautiful beings, and so that you can connect to them easier and gain the wisdom from these ancient beings. So we'll go ahead and get started with group number 1. Okay, so around this time we have the King of Wands that is coming up for you and the Two of Cups. So in the King of Wands card we have an individual who is an Aries, and he also represents kind of like completions of a cycle. So he really holds on to his wand for strength and inspiration, and no matter what's going on externally, he holds his power within, and he does not give his power away. And by following his heart and continuing on his path of purpose, he continues to find strength and inspiration to push through anything that comes up. And this card also represents having inner satisfaction, so really enjoying what life has to offer and enjoying the path that you're on. And he's very conscious about his actions, and he's conscious with his thoughts. He lives consciously and is not living in any program, and he is honest and he is wise. So if this card is coming up for you, you might be really good at working with businesses, or you might be really good at having more difficult conversations, because you can really hold on to your strength and your power, and through your conscious thoughts you're able to find solutions more easily and bring ends to any matters that need kind of wrapping up. And with this Aries energy, it's like very bold and courageous, and nothing's he's very aware, so nothing's gonna pass him without him knowing what he's able to pick up what kind of lies beyond the physical, so what can be felt more than seen. And this is what makes him a very sharp businessman. And then we have the Two of Cups card, which is amazing. So the Two of Cups card shows a lasting love relationship, and it's a balance of masculine and feminine. It's a joining of energy, and it is very much spiritually guided, and it also has Aries energy, and as you can see from the lion angel between the two people here. And so that shows that there is power and there is strength in this love, and that it will last the test of time, and it will bring great fulfillment and joy, and it will feel like it is very much in alignment with where you both are and where you want to be. And this love connection will really bring great joy, and it will signify the start of a new journey, a commitment that extends past this physical realm, and a love that anchors light into the earth. But if this doesn't represent a love relationship, it can also represent the coming together of a new business relationship or a new friendship as well. This card shows that there is really great communication between the two, and that is partly why this connection is going to be so long lasting. And you may have more clarity as to any issues that are coming up for you, and you will be more open to finding common ground and finding compromises that help your situation and perhaps the situation of another. So just having this open communication and this strong bond is going to do wonders, and it's going to last the test of time. Ooh, we have thylacine with wisdom, number 38. So that is number 11, which is a sign of illumination, and bringing awareness to any shadows and bringing light to them, that light of awareness, so that you can gain wisdom and gain expansion from experiences that present themselves in your life. So I would say this is an orangey kind of color, so sacral energy vibe. So allowing you to flow more effortlessly with life, to be flexible in the mind and in the body, and allowing you to really bring something into physical form, create something new, create something from your soul essence, to bring it out into the physical world, this creation from within to without. Oh, beautiful. And we have another orange, so more sacral energy. So again, feeling flexible in the mind and the body, finding that flow in life, using your creative energy, allowing you to connect to your sensuality. And this is number 23. So that is number 5 in numerology, and number 5 represents freedom, the unknown. It represents change, and it's a wonderful time for stepping into these new beginnings, which is amazing for the new moon in Libra. All right, and that's Ascended Master Jesus and Rosophia. And then we have, you created the situation and you have the power to change it, which is amazing. Just after we found the 5 in the numerology, and now it's saying you have the power to change it. Beautiful. Okay, so let's see. What the animal totem has to say here. large percentage of Tasmania's wilderness still exists in its virgin state, completely unspoiled by development or land clearing. Many believe, therefore, that the thylacine endures in secrecy deep within the heart of the Tasmanian forest, protected by both the inaccessibility of its habitat and its elusive nature. Carrying folklore status on par with Loch Ness Monster and Yeti, reports of sightings are common, but never substantiated by photographic or videotape evidence. If the myths are true, and the thylacine does indeed still subsist, its acumen alone has kept it safe and hidden for almost 70 years. When life becomes overwhelming, excessively busy, or too fast, thylacine advocates having good judgment to withdraw from the mob and walk alone for a spell, perhaps spending time exploring the truths buried deep within the inner landscape. Thylacine offers a time of calm, a chance to contemplate our purpose and reasoning rather than seeking the counsel of others. She espouses quality time spent in her solitude. She prompts us to stop and ask, what is the purpose of my life? Why have I experienced all that I have? Why am I here? Thylacine represents our desire to seek a deeper reality and a more defined truth. She supports this quest by encouraging us to journey inward, to form a relationship with our own thoughts and our own natural impulses that instigate our actions. If thylacine has crept into your cards today, you are being encouraged to seek out a silent place of solitude. Use the sacred place as a vehicle to better know yourself. Use the sacred silence as a meaning of deepening your own knowledge and your innate sense of wisdom. Wait until your instincts tell you that the time has come to return to the people, to share your knowledge, and hopefully widen the perception of those around you. Thylacine teaches us to deepen our inherent wisdom, to study it, to become one with it, and to share it with others when the time is right. Gathered over a lifetime of experience, our wisdom is what makes us unique. It represents the inherent skills we hold that someday may be presented to the world as instruments of healing and learning. Beautiful. So taking that time to find, sacred stillness and space and peace within yourself so you can learn more about you and you can learn from your experiences and extract all the wisdom from these experiences so that you can in turn, in time, help others who have been dealing with the same types of experiences to heal and to overcome these hardships in your life. And this is going to be a very empowering thing for you to be able to have this and hold this wisdom from your experiences and use it as a way to help others. So that is beautiful. And only when the time is right. So taking that time as long as you need and really diving deep within to understand these inner workings from a deeper place. Meaningful sacrifice is being asked of you. It is a foregoing of a situation that you want so that another more appropriate situation, one that your soul truly needs, can come along into being. This meaningful sacrifice is actually a divine blessing. Although it may not feel that way initially, it is a withholding from you that which would seduce you away from the truth of your path. The world can be a most intriguing and fascinating place. Being open and curious about life can help you feel energized and inspired. Yet if your body or mind becomes enchanted by that which is not truly meant for you, this leads you away from the path upon which you will actually find real joy, fulfillment, and happiness. Such distractions, as alluring or perfect as they may seem, cannot provide the deep satisfaction for which you yearn. It may even end up causing you unanticipated and otherwise unnecessary pain, which you shall then need to resolve. When the blessing of meaningful sacrifice is bestowed upon you, you are being protected. The protection may seem like a no from the universe, which brings frustration, perhaps also deep despair or disappointment to your heart. We acknowledge the suffering you may experience with tender compassion, wherever there is something more for you, more suitable, more loving, more grand, more healing, more tender, more gracious, more beautiful. The universe will not conspire with your ego to offer you less than your complete divine destiny, no matter how much you may insist that you know what or who will make you happy and how that happiness can best be delivered to you. You are loved far more than that. You are loved enough that the universe will ensure the sanctity, safety, and success of your soul. You will be guided faithfully, held back when a dead-end obstacle or worse could cause you to sway from your true path, and encouraged to keep moving forward, foregoing scraps in order to remain hungry for the great feast awaiting for you. It is not always an easy path, even if you are a very disciplined person, but understand that this moment of sacrifice where something difficult is being asked of you, there shall be so much rich reward. It is the delivery of reward which the universe is keen to bringing to you. And so whatever is needed for that to take place shall be evoked in your life. When this oracle comes to you at some level, you are working very hard. You are going through an experience where something you want, perhaps very dearly, is being denied to you. The oracle does not say that you can never have what you want. It is bringing you the message that what you truly want and need is being delivered to you and shall manifest with the perfect divine love, tenderness, affection, and of course, timing. It may take time for you to trust and accept this, and you may still feel pain in the thwarting of your desire or the hard work that is required of you right now. With the blessing of meaningful sacrifice, however, you are being given the gift of divine reassurance and sacred promise. This is the promise of such abundance, such love, such beauty manifesting in your life, that all discipline or loss endured shall be honored with gratitude in your heart, with the recognition that your meaningful sacrifice did indeed allow the universe to provide for you with incomparable tenderness and perfection. The hard work that you are enduring or have endured is going to yield so much blessing in your life, eventually give way into pure divine grace. So repeat these words after me and gaze at the card here and imagine this orange color at your sacral plexus between your belly button and your tailbone. I call upon Crystal Angel of Rose Sophia and Ascended Master Jesus Christ to love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing blessing of meaningful sacrifice. May the discipline asked of me be an opportunity for me to discover my inner strength, courage, and faith. May I be supported by love to surrender my attachments to how I wish things would be, so that the universe may bless me with all that would cause my soul to overflow with joy. May I be protected, nurtured on my path and divine destiny at all times. All that I unconditionally surrender to divine love attracts even greater blessings into my life. I accept the blessings that become available to me through my meaningful sacrifice, through divine grace and my own free will, so be it. Now bring your hands over your heart and continue to gaze at this beautiful card and repeat my words after me. I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to release all attachment, guilt, shame, and manipulation, lack of forgiveness and anger, betrayal, abandonment, intimidation that have contaminated my experience of love and ability to trust the universe. I now choose to know, honor, and express the purity of meaningful sacrifice with the full understanding that a higher grace guides me, protects me, empowers me as needed to walk my sacred life path and fulfill my divine destiny. I trust in this grace unconditionally. Through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. And then allow your hands to come into prayer at your heart and repeat my words after me. May those of whom meaningful sacrifice is asked feel the compassion of the universe for their work and access the tremendous inner strength that they need to succeed in their divine life mission, according to divine compassion and in service to the great divine plan of love unfolding, so be it. And now for the last, we are going to be repeating this 3 times. So I trust unconditionally in the wisdom of meaningful sacrifice. I tap into the joy of my soul as I walk my true path, knowing that with sweet and total fulfillment offered by my own unique divine destiny is worth every effort on my part. I am brave, courageous, and disciplined, and I accept the magnificent grace that is manifesting through me now in accordance to divine perfection. I trust unconditionally in the wisdom of meaningful sacrifice. I tap into the joy of my soul as I walk my true path, knowing that sweet and total fulfillment offered by my own unique divine destiny is worth every effort on my part. I am brave, courageous, disciplined, and I accept the magnificent grace that is manifesting through me now in accordance with divine perfection. I trust unconditionally in the wisdom of meaningful sacrifice. I tap into the joy of my soul and I walk my true path, knowing that the sweet and total fulfillment offered by my own unique divine destiny is worth every effort on my part. I am brave, courageous, and disciplined. I accept the magnificent grace that is manifesting through me now in accordance with divine perfection. Beautiful. So through, releasing what isn't in alignment, you will create the space, and perhaps it'll feel like a sacrifice, letting go of something that's that you might not feel like you're ready of letting go of, but it will create that space for you to walk into your true path so that you can feel happy and free, and so that the universe can give you exactly what you need in the right time, at the right place, in the right way. All right, and then we have, you have created the situation and you have the power to change it. Thank you for letting me lean on your strength and for reminding me of my personal power. Please guide me to manifest and heal according to divine will, creating peace and space and blessings for everyone involved. Beautiful. This card came up last time. He is painting the unicorn. So you can ask the angels to come in. They're always wanting to assist you, but we are in a planet of free will, so you must ask for their assistance. So go ahead, ask Archangel Michael to come and help you. Ask him to allow you to heal and to help guide you to manifesting whatever it is that you really want to attract in your life. And lean on Archangel Michael for strength, and allow him to remind you of your personal power, and by connecting with him, he will be able to release any stagnant energy. He will be able to cut anything away that isn't meant for you, so that you can create the space for change and for newness, for healing, for what you truly deserve. All right, group one, now we are going to use the pendulum, and we are going to see the answer to a question that you have. So go ahead and ask a yes or no question, and we will find the answer for you. So we always want to ask to connect with the angels of the highest and greatest good. So angels of the highest and greatest good, please connect with me now. Please show me yes. Please show me no. So go ahead and ask your question. So we are getting a yes, and it's a strong yes. A definite, strong yes. I hope that brings you some extra clarity. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything you want to share, anything that you found helpful, and I will connect with you again in the next reading. Bye, take care. All right, group 2, welcome. Thank you for being with me here and now. So we have the 8 of Wands. All right, reverse 10 of Cups. The Lyrebird, genetic memory. Daring Rebirth. And explore your options. For the 8 of Wands, there's swift action in a specific direction, and because all the wands are going in the same way, it's showing like fast results or fast action going towards a goal or going towards a specific thing, specific direction. And when these wands are all facing the same direction like this, it's showing that like you're in alignment between your mind and your heart and your actions, and you're setting your mind to something and you're going for it, and you're not looking back. You are like focused on this goal, focused on this end game. And you know, this can be very, very positive for, you know, just putting your head down and making sure you are hitting what you want to achieve, you are hitting the mark, but at the same time, you want to make sure that the rest of your life is in balance as well, so that you're not bullheadedly, you know, going towards something while neglecting another important area of your life. So just keeping that in mind, yeah, it's wonderful to like go for it and like go towards, you know, something you're working towards, but it's really important to make sure that, you know, you are finding this balance in all aspects of your life, and that you're not neglecting something that might be important. And I think this is why this 10 of Cups is coming reversed, because how I feel is, if you are, you know, having your so much attention on to the goal you're trying to meet and not enough focus on like other things that are important, like family or relationships, then this might be leaving you in less fulfillment. Because, you know, having success is wonderful, meeting your goals is wonderful, but if you don't have anybody to celebrate your successes with, you might find yourself lonely. You might find yourself, you know, thinking, you know, that you're not as happy with the result as that you thought you would be, because, you know, it takes a balance of all parts of your life to find fulfillment. And, you know, sometimes it's really important to like go for a goal and do what you feel is right, but if you're neglecting an important part of your life, an important relationship, then you might feel, you know, this goal, you know, is met, but then this other important situation of your life might begin to fall away, leaving you not in complete fulfillment as to where you thought you would be. So making sure that even though you're going for your goal, you are still prioritizing those relationships and people that really matter to you, so that you can have full fulfillment, so that you can reach your goal and have this completion and have this success, be able to celebrate with your loved ones and see the abundance flourish into your life, and feel really good about where you are and about where you're going in your life. And having this fine balance of, you know, meeting your goal and keeping your relationships intact will support you 100% and will give you that fulfillment that you really deserve and desire. So remember, don't sacrifice the ones you love for something for a goal you're trying to meet. Trying to keep a fine balance, and you will find completion and success and fulfillment, and somebody to share your success with, whether it's your family, with your friends or your loved ones. It will be very special to be able to share the success with others. So make sure that you're taking the time for the people that you love as well. We have genetic memory. So this card is all blue. So blue represents the throat chakra. So having integrity, being genuine, being authentic, allowing you to speak your truth. And it's a number 1. So that's all about new beginnings, fresh starts, new adventures, and finding like new habits, and stepping into kind of new territory, finding your own path. And here we have genetic memory. So let's go ahead and see what else this deck has to say. The lyrebird supports the concept of genetic memory through its ability to remember the forest sounds of over 200 years ago. Flawlessly mimicking repetitious sound, the older birds pass on to their young the sounds they were taught by their parents, thus literally handing on sacred lineal knowledge to the next generation. The young instinctively learn the sound almost as if they are hearing them through their ancestors' ears. Awareness of genetic memory is often confused with that gleaned over lifetimes, over past lives. The notion of past lives advocates that we have all had life experiences in other time periods. It also lends itself to the possibility that we may have lived the lives of notable people from history. Many speak of recalling their past lives, remembering firsthand their lives from a famous person in a familiar historical setting. Accounts of children recalling life memories outside the realms of physical possibility are being documented more and more these days. Lyrebirds invites us to ponder the thought that instead of these being personal memories, might they not be the memories of our ancestors, experiences passed on genetically for us to access and to learn from in our current lifetime? Within each individual cell that collectively makes us whole resides the key to the unlocking of the memory of past experiences passed on from one generation to the next. Such memory is inherited, genetic in nature. Genetic memory represents all that we have ever been. It embodies all that we have ever experienced, all that we have ever encountered, and all that we have ever understood. It represents all that our body inherently recognizes without explanation, knowledge that cannot be justified or rationalized. It is fair argument, therefore, that our body remembers the memories of everything ever witnessed by us since the beginning of time. If the lyrebird has flaunted his way into your cards today, you are being primed for a time of great remembering. The ancestors are calling to you from the void to remember a connection shared or a lifetime had in a period long gone. Such effort will provide deeper understanding of the relationships and responsibilities you have now, enabling you to put them into context, thus affording you greater clarity and personal direction. That is a deep card. So perhaps, there's triggers that you have that really strike a chord with you, and you wonder, where is this coming from? And perhaps it isn't even from this lifetime, like this card is saying. Perhaps it strikes a chord because it's something that, has been passed down through your ancestral line. Perhaps it's from an experience that you yourself have experienced in a past lifetime. And sitting with these, with these situations that arise, and finding sacred time and space to really sit within yourself and honor the aliveness, these cells within your body that hold this genetic memory. You can really unlock this wisdom that is wanting to be streamed through you from your ancestors, from these past lifetimes. So that is a very powerful card, and it's a card of great awakening. And from sitting within yourself, you will be able to have access to things that might open up new doors for you, things that might be held within that want to be expressed. So you might find an inner creative force coming through you that might be taking the form of your past lifetimes or ancestral lifetimes being moved through you to come out into the physical world. And then we have 41, Daring Rebirth, with Goddess Ishtar and Astrophyllite. Beautiful card. Daring Rebirth. We bring you the empowerment of daring rebirth. The bold spirit in you claims the divine defiance of the phoenix. It refuses defeat at every turn. No matter who or what you may seek to overpower your spirit, your peace, your loving heart, and your wild optimism, you shall triumph in a divine and daring rebirth. Do not limit yourself with expectations, whether from another or your own mind. There is so much possible for you, a radically different and new you to become. Believe, and so it shall be. It takes daring to imagine a new life. Boldness of spirit and willingness are needed to allow yourself to embrace and live that different life. You can be in this world as you choose to be. The truth of you can have many different versions, some fearful, some free. There is so much that is possible for you to experience in this life. You have the light and power of a living sun inside you. Rebirth is new life, a different you that is truthful, authentic, and yet more vibrant, radiant, vivid, and free. It is possible for you to have all this. The requirement for rebirth, however, is an experience of shamanic death. This is not physical death, it is a spiritual transformation. It requires that whatever is keeping you from living a happier, freer, more beautiful, joyful, and soul-satisfying life to be sacrificed. Be allowed to die, so to speak, so you can be born anew. To the extent you have believed yourself to be those things, felt attached to them, or that your identity was wrapped up in them, you will feel like you are dying. You will feel like you are dying alongside with them. You are changed through this process. You will not feel, think, behave, or believe as you did prior to it. Shamanic death creates transformation so profound as to allow a more real you to emerge from the process. It strips you of what you have believed yourself to be, and what is left is the real you, unencumbered, unveiled, and true. The need for daring is because shamanic death and rebirth can frighten the mind, whilst you will be celebrating after the process happens. When you're going through it, your fears will be stimulated. This is supposed to happen. How else can you lay your fears aside unless you confront them and choose to let them go? If they are hiding in the shadows, you cannot deal with them. Your fear might be of success, of your own value, of being alone or being rejected, abandoned, judged, ridiculed, shamed, or ignored. Your fear might be that you'll mess up or regret your decisions. It might be that you won't know who you are if you are not your job, relationship, role as a parent or healer, or any other limited identity you have tried to project your entire being into. Life on the other side of that fear might seem unfathomable to your mind. You might worry that you will simply cease to exist. Just to be clear, however, no one has transitioned from fear-based reality into love-based reality, has ever said or will ever say, "I miss my fear-based reality." Although it can be painful, what you are giving up will not be a cause for regret. The extent to which you are willing to dare to confront, release your fear, rather than believe your fears are accurate reflections of reality, is the extent to which you can experience rebirth. Your rebirth can be so radical, so daring, that you will feel as though you are living an entirely different life within this one lifetime. The oracle of Daring Rebirth comes to you when this is an opportunity to confront a fear and release it. The oracle of Daring Rebirth comes to you when there is an opportunity to confront a fear and release it, to let go of a belief system or behavior that is getting in the way of the life you actually dream of living. It's your decision whether to challenge that fear now, later, or at all. If you are doubting your readiness and capacity, however, this oracle suggests that you are more ready than you think you are and that your time is now. There is a new you emerging. It might shock your friends and family. People may accuse you of not being you anymore, but you are becoming more you than ever before. Trust the new you emerging in the greater authenticity and strength that you are discovering in yourself. You do not have to squash your being to fit in the expectations of any other. Through Daring Rebirth, you tap into the courage you need not only to go through the process of transformation, but the spiritual sassiness you need to give yourself permission to love and to be the new you that emerges at the other side of it. Treasure that self reborn, for it has been hard-won and is a divine treasure. So keep your mind on this card here and repeat the words after me. I call upon the crystal angel of Astrophyllite and goddess Ishtar who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing empowerment of Daring Rebirth. May I be held in loving embrace of the Divine Mother as I thoroughly shed my old sense of self, the known world, and embark upon my divine adventure of Daring Rebirth. May I be fearless and free to be all that I can be through divine mercy and my own free will, so be it. Then bring your hands over top of your sacral chakra between your tailbone and your belly button and repeat my words after me. I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to approach the shadows within the love, gentleness, light, and determination. I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to approach the shadows within with love, gentleness, light, and determination. I choose to confront and release the fears holding me back from the fulfillment of my divine potential. I wish to embrace daring divine rebirth. I am willing to let go of who I have believed myself to be, to discover and unveil more of who I truly am through divine empowerment and unconditional love, so be it. Now hold your hands to heart center and continue to gaze at this card. Repeat my words after me. May divine love bring comfort, grace, protection, and assistance to all beings going through any experience connected to divine rebirth, according to unconditional love, divine mercy, and in service to the divine feminine wisdom evolving through humanity at this time. So be it. I am reborn as myself, radiant, wild, divine, and true. I am reborn as myself, radiant, wild, divine, and true. I am reborn as myself, radiant, wild, divine, and true. Beautiful. Wow. It might be scary to release old aspects of you, but in doing so, you're going to feel so much more alive and so much more of you. And it will be such a huge blessing for yourself, but it will also echo into all that you do and all that surrounds you. And even though it might come off to others as being different and not what they're used to, it is going to be way more beneficial for them to see you shine your true colors and to be fully you, no matter what the situation is, to step into your power and become the person that you know you are, and to allow yourself to be aligned to your purpose and to really let your light shine through. So that is absolutely beautiful. Explore your options. Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love helping me see, understand, and access all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. Beautiful. So white represents newness, new beginnings, new opportunities. And this card is showing that, please ask for assistance from Archangel Michael. We are in a planet of divine free will, so they cannot interfere with your path if you do not invite them in. So invite the angels in, invite Archangel Michael in. He will help guide you to the best direction for your health, happiness, and life's purpose. And he will help you see the wisdom and love and understanding of different options that are available to you, so that you can really feel good about where you are and where you're going. So explore your options. Archangel Michael is here to help you. All right, so now go ahead and ask a specific yes or no question. I am going to hold this pendulum here, and I'm going to ask first to connect with the highest and greatest good. So, angels of the highest and greatest good, please connect with me now. Please show me yes. And please show me no. All right, now go ahead and ask your question. Ask your yes or no question. So if it goes in a circle, that's a yes, and if it goes in a line, that is a no. All right, we have a yes. So that is a yes to your question. I was a little bit unsure at first, but now it's picking up speed. So that is a definite yes. Beautiful. I hope that brings you some extra clarity. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you for joining me, Group 2, and I can't wait to see you in the next reading. Take care. Welcome, Group 3. Thank you for joining me. We have your beautiful tree gate, your access to tree knowledge and ancient wisdom streaming through you here and now. So, so let's see what we have. Oh, we have the Chariot, but it's in reverse. 7 of Wands. Okay. You're on the right path. Ascended Master White Matthew and Dan Bright, Original Self. And Dowry bowerbird. All right, so in this card we have the Chariot. So the Chariot represents movement in a direction. It could be a new home that you're going towards or a new direction, but it is in reverse. So that means that there's an obstacle in the way of you finding this forward movement. Perhaps there is something, that's been stuck in your mind, preventing you from taking the steps forward into this new direction. Perhaps it is something that you need to acknowledge in your life, something that, is holding you back from taking the steps that you want to take that will lead you in a new direction. Perhaps it's closing out a cycle, something that's wrapping up in order for you to have this new experience. But in this Chariot card, there is a need for a balance between the light and the dark. So having this come in reverse, I am thinking that the shadow self might be a little bit more prominent for you. And by bringing the light of awareness to your shadows, then you will be able to heal from this, and you will be able to move into the direction that you are meant to be in, or a new direction that brings growth and expansion and fulfillment. So there is like this strength and this like, because there's stars here, it's like this cosmic movement. There's this, so it's like not only like are you moving into like a new home or a new path, but it's like you're almost like moving into like a new frequency or new dimension, because once you put this light of awareness on your shadow self, you will realize this is not truly me, this is not who I am. Once you shine your light of awareness, you will be able to see the difference between your light self and your shadow self. You will be able to, in a way, disassociate from these shadows by learning them, by learning more about yourself, by learning why you feel the way you do about certain experiences. And when you heal this, you will be able to open up to this new direction, to this new way of being, where you will be able to move into this new chapter of your life, which will bring great fulfillment and joy. And you will be able to increase your vibration and your frequency to move out of the shadow self, so you can be your authentic and true self, so that you can feel good, so that you can be the person who you were born to be. And really acknowledging these shadows, these doubts or fears that have been holding you back, and pushing through them, and sitting with them, like seeing where they come from, understanding the deeper meaning, and then ultimately growing from them, extracting that knowledge to help elevate your vibration, elevate your frequency, so that you can be into alignment with the person that you want to be. And in doing so, you will create a new life for yourself. You will create a new path for yourself, where you won't have to deal with these shadow aspects or this lower vibrational self in the same way that you have been in the past, or that you have been dealing with in the present. And then we have Seven of Wands. So in the Seven of Wands card, there shows like a confrontation. This is a card that shows, somebody who anticipates a struggle. So one way of viewing this card is by focusing on what you want to attract, and taking your focus off of expectations or an outcome that hasn't even developed yet, by focusing, anticipating something to come that hasn't yet even come into being, is just like setting the tone, creating the space for that to arrive in your life. So if you're expecting there to be a struggle and expecting there to be a fight, there most likely will be a struggle and a fight. But if you are expecting, you to, release and to, move into a new direction, and deal with yourself in a way that's more peaceful, then you will create more peace for yourself instead of this fight or this struggle. So this card, it's showing that you might be feeling defensive, or you might feel like there are obstacles in the way from doing what you want to do or doing what you need to do, and it might have you feeling pressured. But this is also a card of strength through endurance, and like no matter what is arising, continuing to, you know, be true to yourself and to overcome these obstacles that come up with grace, with power. But this is a card that indicates tension. So, you know, trying to just know that you're able to deal with anything that arises, and that your challenges will actually allow you to thrive and will allow you to expand and evolve, knowing that these challenges and these pressures that come up are going to make you a better person, a stronger person, somebody who is more vigilant, someone who is more empowered and can take on literally anything. This will help you move through these obstacles, and by keeping an open mind, you will be able to find solutions to these challenges or obstacles that come up, so you can deal with them in a way that's so you can deal with them in a way that leads to less struggle and less force or less of a fight. But I would say with this card, just be mindful of the people around you, and be mindful of the people that you're letting into your energy field. And by, you know, keeping your guard up in a way, you might be able to kind of deal with any obstacles that come up before they even arise, by having that awareness and staying vigilant and staying aware of obstacles or challenges that come out. Always honor yourself and honor your truth. And it's important to fight for what you believe in, fight for your truth, and know that as you continue to be you and fight for what you believe in, it will always lead you in the right direction, and it will always lead you to success. So stay true to yourself, honor yourself, stay in tune with how you're feeling, and really pay attention to your internal guidance system and what's coming up for you. And this is going to be a way that you can find solutions to challenges before they might even arise. So stay vigilant, stay open and aware, and just be ready to tackle any challenges that come your way. You have the power and the strength and the courage and the boldness to make it through these challenges and make it through these situations. You're on the right path. So Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with courage and confidence to make healthful life changes. Beautiful. So we are in a planet of free will, so you must invite the angels in for their guidance, because they will not interfere otherwise. So go ahead, invite Archangel Michael into your life, and he will give you clear and loud guidance that you will easily understand, and he will motivate you and fill you with courage and confidence to make those healthful life changes. Amazing. And then we have number 30. So 3 represents the balance of mind, body, spirit, and it's a very creative energy, and it also brings strength and power. So let's get into more of what this card has to say, because it is a white kind of color that shows it's for the crown chakra. So that helps us stream higher levels of awareness and consciousness through us, so that we can have clear guidance from the spirit world, so we can take action and do the things that we need to do that will create, personal growth and expansion for us. Ascended Master White Matthew and Dun Bright, Original Self. We bring you the blessing of Original Self. As you progress through your life learning and growing, you gain wisdom and strength. You grow more radiant and authentic, true to who you are, and as this happens, many of the layers of identity begin to fall away. What you once believed yourself to be is shown to be not much more than clothing your soul wore for a time. You have outgrown it. It's no longer a good fit. It constrains too much, doesn't reflect your personality, vibrancy, uniqueness, and beauty, so you discard it. Perhaps you are able to be more spiritually naked. The sense of who you are becomes simpler. You are just you. Others may or may not get you, but nonetheless, you are still just you. You are freeing yourself from the projections of others, of the world, and simply living as your original radiant divine self. The blessings of the original self empowers you to free yourself from the expectations, judgments, control, and manipulations of others. It helps you reclaim any power you have ever given to another to determine how you should feel about yourself and who you are supposed to be. You have tried to fit into roles and identities in the past based on how you thought you should behave rather than how you authentically felt. At times you have tried to bend and mold yourself to meet external expectations, and this felt constraining to your soul. You might have done it for what you felt were good reasons, but you have grown to the point where you understand there is never a reason that makes distorting who you are worthwhile. Now you are ready to break free constraints, expectations, and projections and dare to be yourself unapologetically, truthfully, lovingly, and proudly. As you take this step, you are honoring yourself and you are honoring the source, the great creative intelligence that designed you to be as you are in truth. Shaking off projections from others takes sacred anger and compassion, courage, and a will to love ourselves. One way to be empowered to do this is to remind yourself that projections are not about you. They are about the wounded fantasies of people making the projection. These wounded fantasies prevent real connection and real love from taking place. They are in an invisible wall of expectation that keeps love at bay. People will often give opinions very decidedly about others they have never personally met and know nothing about. Then there are the projections from those we are in a personal relationship with, which can become so powerful that over time we can begin to believe in what others want us to be rather than what we know ourselves to be deep within. If you have people in your life whom you love but who try to change you, manipulate you, or have you become angry when you don't meet their expectations of who they believe you should be, you must take care of yourself. You have been created by divine design for perfect purpose. For you to be able to live your life purpose, you have to be who you are. If you are an open sort of personality, as many of the spiritual path are striving you to be, you must be sure you are strong enough within so the openness you have to others doesn't result in you becoming confused about who you are and what you are here for. Don't feel guilty about saying no to the projections of others about you. You don't need to convince anyone of anything, nor have you anything to prove. You can say no firmly with the loving kindness in your heart as you feel safe and secure in reclaiming your true self, your true values, and your wants and needs as your own. Others may choose to live in their fear-based need to control and manipulate. That is their choice, and you must respect their choice to choose. But that does not mean that you have to agree with them. You are allowed to choose to have people in your life who see you and love you for who you are. No one else can choose you if you do not choose yourself. Don't wait for permission to discover and be your real self. You are beautiful. Be you now. If you don't know who that is, take time to know yourself and find out. You are worth the time and effort, and the world needs you to be you. No matter if others think they know better than the divine about how you should have been created. If you are yet to find clarity in those matters of who you are and why you are here, then this oracle brings you a blessing. This is a blessing of confirmation that your original self, your innate divine essence, is intact, untainted, and will be revealed to you in full beauty. To help you discover your true self, why not go back to the original you through the years? What has always had meaning for you? What did you love to do as a child? What do you dream of now? If you could fantasize your perfect life into reality, what would it be like? Get to know you and you'll find the original you shines through, like the sun being seen more clearly as the clouds clear. With this blessing, it is only a matter of time before the innate, real, authentic, and original you that you have always been deep within is revealed. So continue to gaze at this card and repeat this now. I call upon Crystal Angel of Danbarite and Ascended Master White Matthew, who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing blessing of my original self. I invite the true me to come out to play, to be revealed, to be loved, to be free. May I be blessed and assisted in all ways to uncover and discover the original beauty of my divine nature, passion, and purpose, so I can fulfill my divine life mission this lifetime. Through unconditional love and my own free will, so be it. Now place your hands on top of your heart and continue to gaze at the card. I choose of my own free will, and through this and any lifetime, and through all layers of my entire being, to forgive, release, and free myself unconditionally from any judgment, shame, confusion, doubt, manipulation, or projection about who I really am. May all beings be free and supported to discover and love who they are and why they are here, through divine grace and unconditional love, so be it. Now bring your hands to heart center in prayer and repeat, may divine love bring peace and protection to the original innate divine beauty within every living being. May all beings be happy and free according to divine compassion and in service to the great divine plan of love unfolding, so be it. And now repeat this 3 times. I discover, express, love, and honor the original, real, divine me. I rediscover, express, love, and honor the original, real, divine me. I discover, express, love, and honor the original, real, divine me. Beautiful. So no matter what anyone has to say about who they think you are, they will never know you the same way that you know yourself. And a lot of people, may make judgments about who they think you might be, but if you really don't even know yourself first, then how could they possibly know who you are? So this is something to keep in mind, because you are the one who shows others how to treat you. And if you don't treat yourself with respect, others aren't going to treat you with respect. And if you don't love yourself first, others will not be able to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. So it is so important to be you to the fullest extent and wash away any projections of people, of expectations that want you to be a certain way, because who you are deep within your soul is who you are meant to be. And the more you are, and the more you realize who you are, the more you allow this to move through you and echo out into your experiences and your reality, the more you will feel awakened and alive, and the more you will feel your purpose like shining through, and you will be able to feel this life just like blossom from you, because you will be being yourself to the fullest extent, and you will bloom and blossom into the most beautiful person that you've ever experienced. So it is so important to be fully you, to not let any projections or any other judgments allow you to stray away from who you truly are, because you are beautiful just by being you. So honor yourself, honor your true being, your true self, and let yourself shine through. And we have the Bowerbird, so 42, so that represents 6 in numerology. So 6 is all about harmony and beauty and loving the world, sharing your gifts, sharing your knowledge. And so let's see what this card has to say. This is a blue bird, so that shows, self-expression, having integrity, having authenticity, being fully you. All right, and so let's check out what this card has to say. The male bowerbird is famous for its bower, an arbor-like mating nest constructed from interwoven grasses, twigs, bark, and rootlets. Looking more like a garden arch than a nest, when complete, the bower is decorated with found objects of beauty, odds and ends gathered with passionate intent as decoys to attract and inspire a suitable mate. Satin bowerbirds, for example, have a particular weakness for things colored blue. Blue pen lids, blue drinking straws, pieces of blue paper, blue clothes pegs, blue bottle tops. Any discarded or lost item can make its way into the satin bowerbird's nest, so long as it's colored predominantly in an attractive shade of blue. Expert pilferers, the bowerbird raids outhouses and potting sheds, searching for its favored plunder to take back to its bower. Identifying acquisitiveness as its main weakness, the bowerbird validates its behavior by proclaiming it is a necessary facet of its dreaming. It cleverly translates an obviously infatuated mindset into sensible and realistic preparations for the future. If it were to ignore its innate desire to gather and collect, the male bowerbird would have nothing to present to its prospective mate as a dowry. From the female bowerbird's perspective, the male who collects the greatest amount of objects will ultimately prove to be the most suitable mate. The beauty of his bower signifying a superior level of determination, dedication, and effort. As with all animals, potential mates are chosen depending on their deservedness and worthiness, with the belief that affirms the stronger the mate, the stronger the offspring, ruling their final decision. Accumulation and contribution are bowerbird's gifts to the people. Prudent observation of what is required while employing appropriate and constructive follow-up action is the message of the bowerbird. It indicates that when you are readying for change of any sort, the trappings, information, and resources required to ensure a successful and abundant future will be available. By appearing in your cards today, bowerbird is making preparation for the next phase of your life, encouraging you to begin gathering together all that you need to ensure a productive future for yourself. He is asking you to build your bower, to prepare your dowry, be it in the form of extra or further study, saving, self-worth, spiritual development, or something else. Beautiful. So this is a sign you are readying for change. So be willing to, gain the information and resources so that you can move into a successful and abundant future, and you can make these preparations for the next phase of your life. And by gathering these things, it will allow you to be prepared and to welcome in these new beginnings a lot easier, and it will have a lot more backbone behind it because you have had this preparedness and you aren't just like winging it. And by having this constructed, persistent drive to gather and to collect all that you need, you will really be able to take action to when you need to take those next steps towards your future and feel readied and prepared for that before the next chapter even arises. So that is a beautiful card. Amazing. So group 3, I hope you heard what you needed to hear. We're going to take this one step further. So I'm going to ask you to ask a question, a yes or no question, and we are going to see what the answer is. So we're going to use my pendulum here, going to connect with the highest and greatest good always. So angels of the highest and greatest good, please connect with me. Show me yes. Please show me no. So we have circles for yes and a line for no. So now go ahead and ask your question. Yes or no question, please. So that is a yes. And that yes is growing stronger. Yes, that is a solid confirmational yes. So I hope this helps. I hope that brings you a little bit extra clarity, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. Remember, you are on the right path. Ask Archangel Michael to help you and give you assistance in making those healthful life changes. Be bold and brave and know that you are ready to face any challenges that come up. Stay in your power and remind yourself to shine your true colors, be your authentic self, and let your light shine through. Don't let your shadow self prevent you from taking the necessary steps to move into a different direction. Plan for where you want to go, and taking this inspired action in this planning of preparing for your future, you will be able to burst into that new time, that new adventure, that new path, in being prepared and being ready, and it will allow that next chapter to unfold so much more smoothly, and will allow you to feel more ready and more prepared to take that next leap, take that next step into the place that you are so deserving of being. You will be able to take those next steps to move into this next chapter of your life, the place that you are so deserving of, and not allowing these shadow aspects to control or rule your life anymore, and shining your light of awareness to instead move into the next phase of your being. All right, group 3, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy new moon in Libra, and we will see you again in the next video. Thanks so much for joining. Take care.